Right, very quickly, I think we shall run through our predictions for the UFN event. The event is coming up in September. I'm afraid I'm not around. Excuse me. I'm not around to at the time, so if there's any changes, I won't be able to tell you my predictions until I sort of come back. And again, once it's over, you'll have to wait a little bit longer for any sort of recap video. So this is the card as it stands at the moment, and here are my predictions. I have to say that this card, the UFC is putting on some pretty good cards. This card is a UFN event. It's not a numbered event, but I think the quality of people on it are just as good as the last event, certainly last numbered event. So perhaps we're being spoilt at the moment, I don't know. Right, the first fight is between Ryan Jensen and Steve Steinbess. Steinbess is making his debut in the UFC. You'll have heard of him before because he's just coming off a loss in the WEC. His record is 4-2, and although he's got 2 losses, he's never actually been finished. He wins usually by TKOs, 3 out of his 4 wins. Ryan Jensen, he's 13-5, both wins and loses by submission. He's coming off a loss, and his record at the moment is win, loss, 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 win, win, loss. So there. He's fought quite a few calibre people, but also usually loses to them. Now Steve Steinbess isn't a calibre person. I think this is certainly going to be ground versus stand-up, with Steinbess's TKOs and Jensen's submissions. He usually loses by submission, does Jensen, and Steinbess, you know. So I think that Jensen's going to win this one. I'm going to put it as a bar submission in the first round. Brock Larson is fighting Mike Pierce. Now, Mike Pierce, is he the one I don't know anything about? I haven't got a lot written down for him. I think his record might be 9-1, and I think this could be his debut, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Brock Larson is 26-2. He's got 18 submission wins here. He's on a 5-fight win streak. I don't like him because he was a bit mean in the John Alessio fight, I seem to recall. But I do think he's going to win. I'll go for submission in the first. Again, this will be a choke, this one. Do you know, I can't even tell the time from here. Silly, isn't it? Ah, there we are. Right, let's continue. Jeremy Stevens is fighting Justin Buchholz. Buchholz is 8-3. His record is win-loss, win-loss. He usually wins or loses by submission. Lost to the likes of Terry Eaton and Matt Wiman, and he's beaten the likes of Corey Hill. Jeremy Stevens, 15-5. He's got 11 TKO wins, but he loses by submission. He's got 3 losses there. He's just come off 2 losses. Track record: win, loss, loss, loss. Lost to the likes of Spencer Fisher, and he's beaten the likes of Cole Miller. Now, I have to say that I like Jeremy Stevens, and he's lost, and he's heading for 3 losses in a row. But I think that he will be a no match for Justin Buchholz here. I'm going to go for TKO in the second. Hopefully that will end his losing streak. because yes, that is a little bit troubling, because he's all right, is he? And let's move on. Felipe Nova. Again, he's another person who's quite nice, but hasn't done so well since Tough. He's coming off 2 losses again. He's 5-2 is his record, and he's got 3 submission wins. He's facing Sam Stout. It's going to be a tough one for him, to be perfectly honest. Stout is 14-5-1. He's got 8 TKO wins. So again, this is probably going to be ground versus stand-up, though maybe not. It depends on Felipe Nova and his striking. Stout's background: loss, win-win, loss, win. He's a bit unpredictable against calibers. However, it depends on whether you class Felipe Nova as a caliber or not, because although he got into the final of Tough, he's not done very well since. I have to say, I'm a little bit worried that even if he doesn't get finished, this is going to be a decision win for Sam Stout. A little bit worried. I hope he can do something there. I hope Nova can do something there. Steve Cantwell is fighting Brian Stan. Now he's fighting Brian Stan for the 2nd time, but Sherdog has him listed. Well, it depends on whose profile you look at. If you look at Steve Cantwell's profile on Sherdog, it says he lost to Brian Stan in 2007. If you look at Brian Stan's record on Sherdog, it says that Cantwell won in 2008. So I can't for the life of me remember who won the first one and in which year it was. But there is a rematch between Brian Stan, who is 6-2, who wins with 6 TKOs so far, but loses by submission, and Steve Cantwell, who is 7-2. He's got 4 wins by submission and 3 by TKO. He's coming off a loss, winning over the likes of Tim McKenzie. But we shall see as to what happens there. That is a rematch. I don't know who I would like to win that one, really. I think that could be quite an exciting one. I think they're both going to stand, I would imagine, for that. So it could be a war. I think somebody will end up. I think there'll be a TKO. But I don't know who it's going to be. I'd probably have to go for Steve Cantwell if I had to make a choice. Nathan Quarry, 11-3 from Team Quest with 7 TKO victories, and his past background is loss, win-win, loss-win, with losses to the likes of Franklin and Damien Mayer. Wins over the likes of Shoni Carter. Is fighting Tim Credure, 12-2, who wins with submissions or TKOs and is on a 6-fight win streak. Ooh. This is going to be another stand-up war, this. So I think, again, you're going to have a TKO. Probably in the second. I think this could be the end of Tim Credure's win streak. I'm going to go for Nate Quarry there. Right. Haven't got a lot of time, so I think I shall do my next. I think I should do the rest of the predictions in a second video. Imagine the excitement there.